It's one of the reasons, I mean, we've talked about this, that often I date younger men. Mm-hmm. And a lot of it is because...
Let's stop on that, folks.
Oh my God, we had a great dinner. We had a great dinner, by the way, where across the table, your husband goes, but why? And I said, well, maybe because I can.
Yes. Barish.
Action.
Miss Tracee Ellis Ross, I need you to come here and have a conversation with me. I need to talk to your old butt. When I say old butt, I'm not trying to be disparaging, but you're way too old. I'm going to assume since you are 52 years old, you've already gone through menopause. And so as we start this little here questionnaire, I want to get right to the nitty gritty. Why does an older woman want a younger man?
They're hot and gorgeous. Mm-hmm.
There's that.
Please, somebody, we're on the clock. Why does an older woman want a younger man?
They're hot and gorgeous. Mm-hmm.
There's that.
I can ask a more better question because I am a man. So we're going to ask question 2 to Miss Tracee Ellis Ross. Why do older men want younger women? And when I say younger women, I mean adult age women. Why do all men want younger women as early as possible? Why?
They're hot and gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. There's that.
Hey, can I get a drum roll, please? To make babies. Hell yeah. Every man in the history of the world has wanted to fall in love with a woman so he could have a little baby. And so, Miss Tracee Ellis Ross, why do you date younger men? I really want to know.
They're hot and gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. There's that.
But I'm angry because you sat there with Michelle Obama, and I'm not supposed to be angry at your behavior, but this rhetoric is it's going to destroy our nation. It's going to destroy the world. Why would I say such a beautiful thing like that? Because you beautiful black women who are old as hell, you're playing with God. You're playing with God. You're 50 with no babies. And the only reason why you want a younger man.
But I had to ask myself the question, why? Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous?
There's that.
It's because you want to control that younger man. I've dealt with older women. You know what those older women wanted me to do? Yes, they would give me their credit card. They'll say, spend all the money you want. So they can nag at me later, going through the goddamn receipt. Why did you buy this? And why did you buy that? And why did you come home at this time? Then all of a sudden the credit card is turned off. Then all of a sudden you get a threat like, I'm going to put you out. I don't care if you put me out, you old woman. I'm not your child. You can't control me. I wish you could give me a child, but I only stayed in that situation for one reason. Older women, because they're going through like this mental thing in their mind, they're trying to like unwind from the previous divorce. And then after the divorce, they was out there in them streets. But Tracee Ellis Ross, you've never been divorced. Goodness gracious. Oh man, this woman, you sat there with, man, Michelle Obama, you got a whole husband. You got a whole family. You done had 2 children. And is your brother sassy? With your sassy ass brother. And y'all giving the worst advice in the history of the world. Black women, older black women, some older black women who've gone to college and got a big ass degree, preferably a PhD. Y'all just give the worst information in the world. Michelle Obama, Ketanji Brown Jackson, all those black political pundits that go on the breakfast party. Not breakfast party. What's that show called with that nigga with a bald head and him and that light-skinned brother? They be doing all the sassy events together. That man gave the other brother some butt cheeks. He did. He gave him a prosthetic mold of his booty jiggling like this. I said, why in the man? And then the other man went and played with the testicles. I said, oh shit. Breakfast Club, that's the name of it. Breakfast Club, DJ Envy, Leonard McKelvey. These individuals, they only promote ideas that destroy the black community. How do you destroy the black community?
Sorry.
No,
Craig.
I was going to say, it's a generational thing. So it didn't matter how you met them, or is it just kind of the guys you're meeting?
That's obviously
too big of a generalization.
It's a generalization,
Yeah.
but because I have dated men my age, there is a difference. There is an openness that occurs with a younger man around whether it's gender fluidity or not even having an issue with homosexuality. I mean, something as basic as that. That there's times where I'll be, sitting across the table from somebody and just like, what did you just say?
There was once a eugenicist. Her name was Margaret Sanger. And Margaret Sanger had this idea in her mind that there should be no black babies. And so, man, they did really nasty things. like they would sterilize black girls when they were just girls, if their mother was on welfare, when they went to go get their checkups when they were 13, 14 years old. They'd give them a hysterectomy and take away their little black wombs because they said they didn't want no black babies in America. And then you get a person like Tracee Ellis Ross talking about baby choice. Hell yeah, man. That's really exciting when I see black women make the choice to destroy their community and destroy their world while pretending to be nice. Miss Tracee Ellis Ross, Oprah, Gayle King, all you women with this head full of someone else's hair and these ideas that came from people who didn't want to see your people flourish. No, Oprah, you talk about black women and black girls in Africa, you talk about black girls. You know what God made black girls to do? Make babies. Tracee Ellis Ross, you know what God made you for? To make babies. But I know it feels good to be on Girlfriends. Girlfriends was made in the 1999s, 2000s, 30 years ago. And now 30 years later, you still ain't got no man. It's my choice. No, hell no, ain't your choice. The people you wanted, they didn't want you. Can you tell the truth? The people that you wanted, they didn't want you.
But I do date, and it's a fascinating adventure out there, you know. Mostly, though, I think there's really good men out there. I think to a certain extent, I'm a very unique sort of unicorn of a woman. And so it's going to take a unique person.
They're not willing to do the things because you have ideas. Men want babies. Women want ideas. Men want babies. Women want ideas. You have all these ideas about what it means to be a woman, what it means to be a man. You know what it's... God damn, can we just be honest? Can we get back? But no. You see, ever since the advent of technology, because, you know, in the interview, Tracee Ellis Ross, very specifically, she says that if it wasn't for these modern poisons, then she would have been handicapped to a man just like everybody else in her generation. Just like every other woman in the whole history of the world that had a biological connection to her lover, which was a baby. And now since the woman has been able to disconnect herself from the man, disconnect herself from the child, and just be like, here I am, I'm a woman with ideas, listen to me. And I'm like, okay, I'm listening. Tell me what you're saying. It sucks to be alone. It's traumatic to be alone. Why didn't anyone love you? Why didn't you have a baby? Now you're 52 and you're reflecting. Is it calculating? Now you have all these gears running in your mind. Now, instead of telling me what you think, tell me what actually happened to you. Tell me about the first time you fell in love. Tell me about the second time you fell in love. Tell me about the third time when you got jaded. And instead of like looking inside yourself and being introspective and saying, Tracee, I should do better. I should be a better person. I should be a better woman. I should be a better human being. No, it's his fault because he didn't love me and accept me for my flaws and my bad ideas. And a person who loves me is going to love me for my bad ideas. Hell no. A person who's going to love you is going to tell you you have terrible ideas. Those ideas are leading you to be a terrible person. They'll go as far as to tell you that those bad ideas are destroying the black community. You're half Jew, so you're destroying the Jew community because I know you're Jewish people. They want you to make babies too. Jew and black babies, little drakes running around to make good music and to be artists or thinkers in the world. If we don't get little Jew black babies, we don't get little black babies. If we don't get little babies in America, then all of a sudden there is no America. There are no thoughts. There are no actresses. There is nothing unless the next stage. Since you're already playing with science, we'll just keep playing with science. We'll go to IVF. We'll start cloning human beings. We'll just make them in incubators because people like Tracee Ellis Ross and Oprah, and there's a plethora of men. I'm going to get to you men. When I get going on you men, because if you're a man and you done had 1,000 women and you ain't got one baby, man, you are hey adjacent. You must be one of the most sassiest because you done turned 1,000 women who should be someone's wives into a plaything. And if I ever got the ability to have mental combat with you, I would turn you into a mental plaything. You will be an ideological jungle gym the way I dance on your ass. Tracee Ellis Ross, Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, all you other boule, tap dancing people who serve capital, who think that your ideas are more important than babies, who think your mansions are more important than the future of humanity. I want to take you because it's nasty, it's sick. It's an abomination to everything that God loves. God loves babies. And you were once a baby. And now you're a big person acting like there should be no more people. because someone hurt your feelings. And Tracee Ellis Ross, man, you're supposed to be like a classy person, the daughter of a star. You're supposed to be a star yourself. But instead of using your light to shine and be bright to millions of beautiful black girls, you're spreading cancerous ideas that are destroying the future generation. And I need you to do better. I need you, Miss Tracee Ellis Ross, to be the greatest American alive. The greatest American alive.
The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive.